What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Step Into My Office. Thank you for coming. As always, if you like to bring a guest, they're absolutely welcome. So if you want to share this right now, feel free. I don't have a problem with that. But let's get to what we're here for. Today, we're gonna be talking about me, of course. Y'all see, it's no features today. It's just me. So we're gonna dive into, I think, something that we all can agree on, surface level. And by the title, you can tell like it's gonna be something to do with dying, and that is exactly what we're talking about: death. And who wants to die? Like, I don't want to die. Um, Nobody wants to die. That's not something that people just wake up and want to do. And if you do, then let's talk about it. Let's get help. Like, seriously, I know it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not. There is a number. You can call mine. There is numbers out there for that. But a lot of us, if we're in a healthy state of mind, we don't want to die. That's not something. Yeah, like I said already, that's not something we just want to do. Nobody's eager to die. But more specifically, what I'm going to be talking about today is putting our flesh to death. And truth be told, a lot of us are, I think at this point in life, 2020 probably still the deal. We probably got married to our flesh, a lot of us. But like I said, we're here to talk about me. So let me just go with me. I definitely made some vows with my flesh, right? And I had to do the whole till death do us part joint because, baby, we were happily together. Our relationship was happy, okay? But even in even when people get married, they say till death do us part. You make those vows. So till death had to do us part, okay? But the Bible, the Bible says that we have to deny ourselves in Luke 9. I think a misconception in Christianity, especially in this generation, is that although we are here on this earth for God's purpose, and we are, here for ourselves in some kind of manner, we get to do what we want. We get to have our own plans. We get to have our own dreams and blah 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 blah. And yes, to a certain degree, yes, but also no. Actually, he actually don't care about none of that. Like, he does, but when he comes first. And in Luke 9, it proceeds to say, "For whoever wishes to save his life must lose it." So this ongoing thing about death and dying to ourselves. So the question I had to ask myself, and feel free to think about these questions too, what am I willing to give up in this life? What am I willing to not have, right? Okay, so I say, I'll start simple, right? Okay, let's see. I can give up this book bag that's in my room. No problem. Easy. Boom. What else? Watermelon. I barely eat it now. I can give it up. I could probably give up chips. Chips, I could probably give up. Like, who needs chips when there are potatoes in the world? Exactly. As long as potatoes are still here, like, I'm fine. Will I give up potatoes? Let's calm down. Um, a microwave. I might can give up a microwave. There's fire. Yeah, microwave. Yeah, that's I can get that up. Um, my covers, my bed. Whew. See, this is getting sad really quick. I don't know. um, and there's a song that says, that's the song that the Waltz group has. You may or may not know it's called Satisfied, and it asks if I never get a house, if I never get the car that I want, if I'm never a superstar, if I never get the fame or fortune that a lot of us aim for, then Lord, will I be satisfied with you? And the answer is probably not. For me, right? We talking about me. Probably not. Okay, like you're not about to, boy, Lord, not boy. I'm sorry. Let's just not go there. And bit by bit, honestly, I've come to terms with some of those things. Like all joking aside, because I play too much. I have come to terms with, okay, Lord, if I never get the dream house that I want, I still choose you. If I never get my dream car, I still choose you. If I never get a house, like if I die in an apartment, Lord, I was okay. If that's what you have for me, if that's what you want from me, I still choose you. But what I want to look at really quick is one of my favorite dudes in the Bible. One of my main mans. Y'all probably like, dang, this girl's stuttering. Mind your business. One of my main mans in the Bible is Job. He really blows my mind. Every time I read his story, he blows my mind. And for those of you who may not be familiar with his story, I'm gonna just sum it up. My man's lost everything. He lost everything. And not only did he lose everything, what I like to say is it was God's fault. Like it was the Lord's fault. Like God just sat back and let the enemy, do whatever to basically prove a point to the enemy. But read it, for details. And, God bless Job. And Job, like, you is that dude for that, okay? Always will be to me. But the Lord knows he probably can't do that with me. He probably can't use me to make a point, you feel me? Because, my guy, like, you take all of my everything. Like, if I had to dream everything and then he just took it away, and my family, like, at this point, sir, what are you trying to say? Like, forget the point you're trying to make to the enemy. What are you trying to say to me? Like, you making a point to me right now. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that's definitely a person that we should aim toward. His mindset, like he's definitely a person to look up to. Not aim toward losing everything, but being okay if God tells me no. Being okay if God sees fit to allow something horrible to happen. Because I am taking up a daily cross, right? That's what the Bible says. Like, this is a daily cross that I have to take up. And besides what God may or may not do, I still have a job to do as well. I still have a job to wake up every morning and submit, which specifically for me right now, get my daily crosses, what I'm giving up is watching my mouth. That's one of the things I just have to do. I got Destiny, you got to watch your mouth. Destiny, do not drink that. Destiny, why are you thinking about having sex with that man? Cut it out right now. Destiny, what'd you just lie for? Why did you just lie? Don't play like that. He don't like that. Like, and honestly, some of the things for me that I'm having to give up aren't necessarily hard, or shouldn't have been hard rather. But the more days that I decided to not die, the more days that I decided not to put my flesh under subjection. What's going on outside my house? The stronger my flesh got. And for some reason, not you, me, again, some reason I thought that I could operate without dying to myself just fine. I thought that I could, you know, say no to this and yes to that, a little bit of this, a little bit. I thought that as long as I was, picking it up one problem at a time. Like I was saying, let me think. I was saying like, all right, I won't do this today. But since I'm not doing this today, like it's kind of okay that I'm going to do this because it's better than doing both, right? But every day, bit by bit, as I was saying, like I was saying to my flesh and to the enemy, basically like you're allowed to live here. Like, come on in, open house. But it was stupid because I was saying like, devil, you can come in, but your demons can't. Like that's what I thought I was saying. Or demons, you allow. But Satan, that is where I draw the line. That's basically what I was saying. And I had to come to realization that it just doesn't work like that. If I'm going to walk this walk, his word, like if I'm going to live by his word, then I have to do just that. I have to live by his word because his word, it doesn't change. It's never going to magically one day say something different that I'm going to like, right? And honestly, in his word, God flat out just says, if you don't want it, if you don't want to, then you're not worthy of me. And I know we've painted this beautiful picture of a merciful God who forgives and is full of endless mercy and how it endures forever. But we forget that he's the same God who says, like if you teeter-totter, I don't want any parts in that. Like, I'm not about to play this game with you. And my man Paul says, and I'll actually read it in Romans 6. And I'm going to read it from the Message because I just love how they talk junk in this version. It says, so what do we do? Keep on sinning so God can keep forgiving? I should hope not. If we've left the country where sin is sovereign, how can we still live in our old house there? Or didn't you realize we packed up and left for good? That was good to me right there. And I'm going to skip a little bit because I want y'all to read it yourselves because it is so, so good. And then it says, could it be any clearer our old life was nailed to the cross with Christ? No, meaning like he conquered death. He conquered sin. He took it all for us so that we don't have to be a slave to sin. The song says, I am no longer a slave to sin. That is what Christ did for us. Okay, so I'm going to skip a little more. It says, from now on, you must not give sin a vote in the way you conduct your lives. And I'm stopping there because I really, really, really just want y'all to read Romans 6 for yourselves because, mighty God, that thing beat me up. But let's just put it like this. Since we are fleshy people, I'm sorry, not we, me, I'm sorry. Since I'm a fleshy person in nature, why would I want to never reach my full potential? Why would I want to not ever reach my full potential? Like, why would I rather keep having sex before marriage and possibly catch an STD or catch something or have to deal with sins and demons, not just for myself, but other people, instead of listen? Why would I want to be a drunk or become a potential addict or end up homeless because now I can't control my cravings, this, that, and the third? Then listen. Like, why would I rather that than to just listen? Do I suffer in my mind? Or one more, let me see. Do I live or do I die? Do I live in sin or do I die? I think if we, the world could wrap around our minds that the book, this kind of walk, that holiness is actually more beneficial than our sin. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I would rather be found in the will than to be lost in the world. Even in my own journey, I've learned that He'll meet you halfway. Like, my God is not a God that, okay, I don't know if any of us have ever been to, classes to rehab or anything like that, but it's a process. It is a process. We don't just wake up and magically say, like, all right, I'm done doing whatever I've made a habit in my life to do. It don't work like that. It's not that easy. We have to work through it. But God, the Father, is so good at helping us, being there for us, and meeting us halfway, meeting us where we are, as long as our heart is there and as long as our pursuit is there. He's a God that never stops coming after his children, and I am extremely grateful for it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this talk. And if you have any questions, statements, comments, anything, you can DM me. You can put it in the comments. You can email me. I don't even know if my email is up, but I'll put it up. Let's talk. Let's chat. I would love to hear from you all. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, stay where the light is, stay where the sun is, stay where the love is. Go in peace. Live in peace. Stay happy. Stay free. Stay light. Know that you are loved. Know that you are beautiful. Know that you can make it out of any situation or any trial or any season that you are going through that makes you uncomfortable. Know and remember that you'll come out better than you came in. Huh? See y'all.